right into it. Since, you know, we're a little late. But it's okay. Everything's fine. We're alive, thank God. And we are live. Welcome everyone to Champions of the Colossus. This is episode 24A with the Guardians of Bonk. It is an undetermined amount of time since you guys have passed out. I'm not gonna give you the exact time and date, even though you guys can already see it in the fucking calendar thing, but you know. Meh. After a difficult battle with the wendigo monstrosities, many of the Bonk Boys were slain, barely clinging to life. Brendeth, preserving his own life, ran. He just barely got to the edge of the forest when a hand snatched at him, allowing him to be dragged violently to the underground. While bumping down dark, damp stone hallways, Brendeth struggled to break free. His struggles ended as he was tossed in a small cell, his head colliding with the cold stone. The last thing he saw before blacking out from the impact was Koso, chained to the wall beside him. We are going to start off with... You guys are currently, like, in the middle of your long rest, fading in and out of consciousness. And we are going to start with Thelonious. Thelonious, this dream hurts. The light is blinding in this dream, and the heat is blistering your skin, and smoke is filling your lungs as you stand at your old college. Your fan base kneels in front of you, burning along with the college. They smile up at you with tears that evaporate upon exiting their eyes. Thelonious, the leader of the fan group says, we yearn to be loved by you. See us now as we live your legacy. Let us be as gifted as you. And you see their skin start to melt off of their body, almost as if their flesh is made of wax. And then suddenly it is just skeletal remains looking up at you. Somehow you can still feel the smile on their face. Dreams like this persist throughout your long rest, and startle you awake every time. But you're just so tired, so sore that you keep fading back into the nightmare. Brendeth. Brendeth, when you were a kid, you always loved animals. When you weren't studying and working with your parents, you were outside caring for injured animals that you had found. It wasn't always joyful work, as occasionally a bird or a squirrel would die in your care, and you would cry until your parents found you. While they assured you that death was a part of life and 100% natural and also Viana's wish, you rejected the idea. In this dream, you're sitting in the backyard of your parents' shop, petting a cat whose leg you had splinted. It purrs in your arms, nuzzling its little head between the crook of your elbow. And you giggle as you just give it more scratches. And then you hear it, the snap of wood. The child next door, son of the local baker, was atop a ladder fixing the gutters. He fell with a sickening thud. In horror, you rushed to his side, hoping it wasn't too late. There, a woman stood. Her face shrouded in dark shadows, her body just the same. She seemed to be hovering over the boy. You saw her lips smile, but you felt sad. Go home, mortal. I must guide this boy to the afterlife. You yelled, flinging yourself onto the boy, trying to push the woman away. Her smile then fades. You! What have you done? You look down and see the boy. Instead of the head wound you remember from all those years ago, he is instead covered in bite marks. You look at your hands, clawed, bloodied, and scream in terror. This nightmare repeats for you, showing your loved ones getting the smallest injury from your old memories, and then being covered in your own teeth marks. Luronk, in your dream, you are burning at your extremities, yet you're frozen at your core. You are chained and unable to move much but your neck. As you strain to find your bearings, you see her, Zariel. She smiles at you, and then takes a hot poker and plunges it into your gut. You scream and you hear a hiss. "You are taking too long, scum. Maybe you aren't the fighter you claim to be. I despise weakness. Get me my sword." And she sticks the hot poker again into the coals and again into your skull. Your dreams for this night are centered around Zariel, and in all of them, she is just disgusted by you. I don't know why I wrote for that, because there's only one left. Koso! You're at that...
wakes up.
No. You're at that place again. The place where you learned a deep, dark secret. You didn't really mean to. You were simply on a quest of self-discovery. You went to the deserts outside of Demon's Pass, wanting to isolate and take in nature as it is. You didn't really anticipate that the desert would be cold, however, so you packed light. On one particularly frigid night, you felt your fingers start to go numb as you were meditating. And then you heard it. "You're going to die here." You look up. A halfling woman, blonde, covered in robes, and riding a triceratops, looks down at you in distaste. "Let me gift hospitality for tonight. But, you must never speak a word of my home." You nodded. Who would you tell anyways? She led you to the mountains of Demon's Pass. You hesitated, frightened. You heard the stories, the horrors that lie within the mountain pass. But she holds out a hand. "I control the dangers of the mountains. Past this danger is my land, my realm. The evils cannot come here. The monsters cannot come here. The gods cannot come here." That struck a chord with you. "Who are you?" you hear yourself echo. As the dream fades, she gives you a sad smile. "We are Jezebella and Nova. Take your pick on a name. We haven't a care. We are the goddess of luck." And that's the only dream you dream that night. Changing the music, give me 1 second. Boom. Time has passed. You all awaken. I'm going to move to the fucking map before I forget. There we go. You all awaken, arms sore, a foul taste of iron in your mouth. Through blurry eyes, you see your feet barely scraping at the stone floor, which is covered in grime, dried blood, and bits of bone. You hear the scraping noise of stone on stone, and if you can see him from where you are, you look up and stare at the back of a man, mortar and pestiling various powders together. As your eyes become adjusted to the lack of light, you also see guards at your doorway, if you can. It takes another moment for you to realize that you have been stripped of your belongings. Or at least the ones they found. The man turns, his face barely recognizable through the darkness and fogginess of your own brain. He speaks in common to the guards. Keep them fed, but do not remove their chains. Once we summon Phanor tonight, they will be the first meal. And then he leaves. Out a door that is almost not in sight. And then you black out once more. Can the work with me? Work with me? Come on, Foundry. Come on, Foundry. Foundry, don't be a dick. Foundry. There we go. You black out once more, the stiffness in your body relaxing to give you more strength. After an undetermined amount of time, boom, and boom. After an undetermined amount of time, you fade back into consciousness, more awake this time. One of the guards has left their post, and the other is sleeping on the chair the man from before had sat in. And you guys are currently shackled to the walls. What would you like to, you guys can talk, you guys can do anything. But currently, unless you get unshackled from the walls, the most you can move is your legs, like, to the, 5 feet around you, basically.
Is there nobody around? We don't see anyone? Well, I guess I see literally nothing, so never mind.
Koso, you see literally nothing. You heard the voice of the man. You did not see the voice of the man. Or you did not see the man's face.
I did not see the voice of the man. Got it.
See the voice of the man. The rest of you have dark vision, and now that you have finally gained some strength, you can see clearly, and there's not really any problems with your vision.
What do I have on me? Have all my possessions been taken?
Yeah, of course. I will read this out for everybody. Brendeth, your bag is gone. And you see Koso. Koso does not have his bag on him either. The only possessions that you have on your person that were somehow left with you are some of your scalpels. You have about 3. I don't know how many you have in total, actually, but, like, you have about 3.
2. I gained a scalpel.
No, you have 2. You have 2. You have 2 scalpels. You have 2 scalpels.
So, like, oh, this guy keeps scalpels. We have a spare.
Listen, I don't know if you're like Lorelei and collect fucking scalpels, okay?
Nah, just the 2. Just the 2.
Okay, you have your 2 scalpels on you.
Alright.
Koso, you have your fucking bracers on your hands. But otherwise, you are left bare with nothing on your person. Only a fist.
But I haven't attuned to them, so they just exist?
They just exist. They're just on you.
Can you... So, this is more of a question. Koso's wearing them, but, like, not gaining anything extra from them, essentially? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
How does attuning work?
I'm fine with just waiting until I can actually focus or whatever. I was just curious, like...
yeah, I think you have to focus.
An hour of meditation.
Yeah.
So I put them on, and I was like, these are cool, but I just haven't meditated and, like, or learned them yet.
Some items have special notes on attunement, but by default, you just kind of meditate and, like, focus on the item for an hour.
Yeah, because you've been, like, dreaming in and out about other things, you've been, like, not focusing on the bracer. So you have them on, and you're, like, totally intending on focusing on them at some point. But, like, you haven't yet.
Okay.
And they just haven't removed them from you for some odd reason.
Cool.
Luronk, you are in a cell, and beside you is Thelonious, who is also chained up. Your bag is gone, your battering ram is gone, and your Hellfire Greatsword is gone. You see, you have a dagger on you, though. Thelonious. All of your possessions except for a silver dagger, a plain dagger, and whatever Phanor is that you put in there.
It's like a little recorder thing.
Your recorder. Those are the only items that you have on your possession. Those were either determined to be not really important, or they were just hidden enough that they didn't find them. Both of your bags, however, are missing. And from the angles that you can see out of the cells, because the cells are bars, so you can kind of see through them, you do not see your bags anywhere outside from your angles currently.
Let's see here.
Just gonna nicely zoom in on the map for everybody.
Just to confirm, so I'm assuming that it's like chain shackles. There are no knots, correct?
Yeah, they're like the little chains that kind of... I'm thinking of like old school chain shackles that are like kind of rusty and like heavy. And they're just kind of on both of your wrists, holding you up. Holding you upright. They're not really like holding you up, but like they're pretty high up.
Yeah.
There. It's stretching a little bit.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Is anyone there?
Oh,
Yes.
I thought you were talking to me.
Wow.
This is why you need an accent for your D&D character.
I mean, yeah.
Or just a voice. It just helps. Yes, Koso, I am here. I am by your side.
I can't see anything.
Yes,
Where are we?
Luronk and Thelonious, you can hear this. You guys are not so far apart that you can't hear this.
I'm just gonna let them continue talking for now.
Okay.
Are
But
the
I'm
others?
glad to know that they can hear that.
Luronk, Thelonious.
All right. Okay. Oh, Liam's muted. All right. We're in a different room, but we can hear you guys.
Ah, okay. How's
How
everyone
far-
doing?
How far away do they sound when I hear Thelonious' voice? Does it sound like right across from us, or somewhere like down a hall, or?
It sounds very close. If you roll me a perception check, I can give you directional. I mean, if you don't roll in that one. Yeah, that's good. They are, from where basically the way you're chained to the back of the wall, like right up here, and you're facing towards the door. They are to your left. So they're past Koso.
Okay. And they sound like down a bit of distance away.
They sound like a wall is muffling them with that 22. I'll give you that.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're all chained up too?
Indeed.
Yep.
This is not particularly comfortable.
Can I make an attempt to... Geez, I don't know if like breaking chains is a thing you can even attempt.
You can try to pick the chains. You can try to break the chains, either like pull them from their anchor or like slip your hand out. I would say breaking them from the anchor and slipping your hand out are going to be two different things.
I'm not sure how bad of an idea this is too, though, because we still don't really know where we are, but nothing's happening.
I have a dumb idea, but I'm willing to do it.
All right.
I don't want to interrupt Koso too much, though.
Okay, so how would I attempt to like pick them? Like, because I don't have a tool or anything. Like, can I even like get my hands together?
It would take some extra force on your part, because it would technically kind of lift you slightly as you're trying to pull. But you can bring them together. Because it's only kind of like up straight from your shoulders, so think of your own shoulder width. They're not that far apart.
Let's see. Can I want to pull myself up and like investigate them to see if there appears to be an easy way to try to get out of them.
Roll me an athletics check to just lift yourself up. Yeah, You manage to lift yourself up. You're a monk. You've been doing acrobatic shit your whole life. And you manage to kind of do a little pull-up while you wrapped your arms around, or like your hands around the chain and grabbed the chain to get a good grip, and you pulled yourself up enough to see the cuffs around your wrists. Go ahead. There's a small keyhole that seems to be the mechanism that's keeping them chained, and both keyholes seem to be identical in shape for both the right and left hand. The chains themselves do seem pretty rusty and worn, and when you pull yourself up, you hear kind of a creak of the stone, or like a little like strain from the stone behind you. Although you can't really turn well to get a good look at what's going on where the chains connect with the stone.
Okay. Ooh. I guess before I attempt anything, we'll see what Bryn's idea is.
Right.
Bryn's idea is a last resort.
Okay.
Brendeth is going to break his hands and slip out.
Yes, Brendeth is going to break his hands and slip out.
Koso's going to attempt to kind of maintain one arm wrapped, and with the other arm that's free, yank outward with all his strength to try to break the chain. Or pull the rock out of the wall. I don't know.
Alright, so you're trying to brute force the chains out of the wall.
Sure.
Alright, I need you to roll me another athletics check, and if you're trying to do this with making minimal noise, you must also roll a stealth check.
That's true. Alright, so I'll do the stealth check first. It doesn't really matter.
Alright.
Success.
You slowly inch yourself up to, and this is taking a lot of strain on your forearms and finger grips, but you inch yourself up so basically you have tucked the chain against your body and are at the base where the chain meets the stone. Brendeth, you're just watching this guy kind of climb up slightly the wall to get to the base.
Interesting. Okay, so now I do an athletics to see what happens.
To see if you can pull it out.
Oh, no!
Alright, so you have these chains secure. They're not jingling as you move, and you brace your feet against the wall to use this leverage and start trying to tug and tug. And while you see it wiggling slightly, it does not come loose.
Okay. I'll lower myself down and say, I couldn't get myself out, but it doesn't look like these chains are too secure.
Luronk and Thelonious, what are you guys doing? I don't want to focus on one place for too long. Are you guys both muted?
Let's see. No, I was just thinking on something.
I know technically Luronk isn't in Foundry right now, so Luronk definitely isn't seeing what we're seeing. But,
Let's see. Oops. Barks. That's sensory only. Alright, they can't do that. So, I'm gonna try to get the one of my daggers out.
Silver
and,
or not?
Not silver, just a regular one. To get and pick the locks.
Alright. Roll me 2 sleight of hand checks. One to actually maneuver yourself to get the dagger out of your pocket and not falling onto the floor. And the other one to actually pick the locks themselves.
Right, these be standard, disadvantage.
These would be standard. You can see clearly. And I'm not having the... You guys can put your hands together, so standard.
Alright, first one.
Alright, you managed to get the dagger out without an issue. And it is now in one of your hands.
Second one.
Nice.
Alright. You easily pick this lock with your dagger. For some reason, your dagger is a little bit skinnier and just barely fits into your keyhole. And you twist a couple times, and you hear a click, and you drop to the floor. And by drop to the floor, I mean you drop like 2 inches, and then you land on the ground with your feet. You are now free.
Good thing they have shitty locks.
Right?
I guess that makes sense for what captured us, to be fair.
Their key is like a fucking like rectangle.
Just a fucking rock.
It's literally a it's like a screwdriver hole. Like.
So
Hey, they tried.
As Thelonious is successfully getting himself out, Brendeth is over on the other side trying to convince Koso to kick his hands hard enough to break them so he can just pull them out. I will hold my hands here. You just have to kick. Yes, just kick right there. Yes.
Wait, so I guess I don't understand how close I am to Bren. Like,
So
what am I doing?
your legs can spread out far enough to basically hit this little dot right here.
And that is the dot that I am being requested to kick.
Well, that doesn't make sense because Brenda's hands are going to be up here on the wall somewhere. So technically,
You are
Koso can't
flexible.
kick it. Only you could kick it. Also,
Koso, you're flexible. You can do this.
just gonna point out, Brendeth, you have like the ability to spider climb. Just checking it. Make sure you remember. Just
Yeah.
okay.
What?
As I'm hearing the break my hands conversation, right?
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna lean over to the wall and just be like, "I got out, guys. Maybe hold off on the break my arm strategy here."
What are the so like I can't can Thelonious pass us the dagger / slide us the dagger / attempt to throw us the dagger?
You Koso do not know. You can't see.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. That's why I almost didn't ask the question. I'm trying to figure out what I can do.
Brendeth,
I'm just punchies. That's all I have.
Brendeth, you have no idea how you could help get Thelonious to help you, since there is no hole that's leading to the other room, other than the gate.
So I'm confused by the spider climb comment, because as far as Brendeth knows, I'm just chained to the wall.
Yes. I'm just saying.
Cool. Double checking.
I was just trying to remind you because, like, you know how Koso had to like make checks to like get up there to like see what was going on.
Yeah, but then he just said the chains don't seem that sound. So all that Brendeth knows is that like the chains are perhaps not the strongest in the world, but they're, as far as he knows, they're attached up there. Like, I don't know what.
Yeah, I
I
was trying to. I wanted to make sure that you knew about that. You remembered the ability, just in case you wanted to get up there. Sorry, I didn't mean to cause confusion.
I thought I was missing something. That's all.
No.
I just wanted to double check on that. Cool.
Okay. So, see, I have ideas, but I don't know if they're gonna like alert guards.
If there's a chance,
idea...
I will have you make a stealth check. That's basically going to be the qualifier here of.
All right. It doesn't look like there's anything. Well, so do I have like my darts in my pocket? Can a dart act as a attempt to pick a lock? That's probably a stretch. Otherwise, I have an idea of another way to attempt to break free using only my body.
You didn't say that you had the darts on you, so.
Probably in my bag. I don't know. I haven't used them in like months.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you do not have your darts on you.
All right. I'm going. Oh wait. So we're facing away from the wall.
No, you guys are facing away from the wall. You guys are basically facing forward, like the way that your portraits are facing.
No, that doesn't work. I kind of wanted to face the wall and like kind of walk up it with my feet and then use my feet to try to pull.
You could do that. You would just crisscross your chains.
All right, we're gonna crisscross applesauce.
Okay. You cross your legs. Do a nice little arm workout.
All right, I'm guessing that's another stealth check and then another athletics check because I'm still trying to essentially break the chains. I just wanted to add a flavor to it.
Oh, yeah.
Will I be quiet?
Undetermined, but
Ooh, undetermined.
You can keep going. So you manage to break these chains free, but as you break it free, you lose your footing and collapse on the ground, and the chains kind of just dangle with you and jingle the whole way down. And you pause, listening, and you hear. The guy rolled a nat 1 on his perception check, so he's deep asleep.
I immediately pretend to still be chained up as best as I can. It is dark. I put my hands up above my head and stand on my tiptoes and close my eyes.
Brendeth, you just see Koso, who fell with his chains still attached to his arms, but like not attached to the wall. And he stands up, the chain's clanging the whole time. He goes on his tiptoes and puts his arms way up with the chains just dangling next to his arms. And he just stays there. And Koso just, you have these heavy chains, like, on your arms. Let's just keep that in mind.
Alright, so as far as I can tell, I don't... Okay, can I roll for, like, perception to see if Koso notices that anyone's coming, besides, like, hearing that noise?
You may roll a perception check.
Jesus Christ.
Saving
the good rolls for later, it's okay.
Oh, good. Now you are close enough to kick my hands.
Oh my god.
Alright, nothing's happening yet, so I will walk over and kick the chain. Or what am I doing? I'm kicking the shackles? Koso's gonna kick the shackles.
You're breaking my thumbs so I can fit my hands back through the shackles.
Oh!
Ideally.
Roll me a...
Koso's still about it, so he's gonna do it.
Alright, so you walk forward one, and you can just barely see, so roll me a unarmed strike at disadvantage.
Great, I'm gonna get punched in the face.
Since you're blindly kicking.
Okay.
No, Koso, my hands are here. No, here.
Oh, can I activate Visage of the Astral Self? Use one of my key points.
You can do whatever you want, yeah.
To get 120 feet of night vision.
Oh my god, look at that.
Oh,
You activate this Visage of Astral Self and you see you are in a tiny cell. There's blood and bits of bones and grime everywhere. The bars look rusty but solid. And your chains look as shitty as you thought they looked when they were up close to your face. And Brendeth is over there pointing at his hand while your foot is hovering over his stomach.
You sure about this?
So my hand, yes, this one first. Just my left hand first, so I can get this one out. And yes.
And this is an athletics check.
This is a unarmed strike.
This
can now be at a normal unarmed strike because you know,
I don't have Arms of the Astral Self active.
Yeah.
I just have the Visage, so all right.
Roll to attack.
Wait. Here goes nothing.
Crit
failed.
Oh no.
Your foot just collides with the wall and you take like one bludgeoning damage because like
I love it.
You kind of bruised your foot a little.
I can just keep trying though, right?
We'll say with time that you get through it and you manage to succeed. Roll me damage,
breaking the
please.
thumbs.
And then I'm gonna half this because it's just your thumb. So you're gonna take 3 bludgeoning damage and your thumb just cracks.
Oh yes. Can I fit my hand through the shackle now?
Of course you can. That's logic, baby.
Okay, now before you do the other one, I need to. I'll hold one of my scalpels in my other hand, and I will perform field surgery on myself to make everything better.
Right,
There's some magic here.
We'll say this puts your thumb back into place.
All right, I'm gonna roll the hit die because that's part of it.
Nice.
Boom.
Boom. Not only
so
are you healing yourself, but now you're not even 5 HP below like I put everybody at.
Yeah, I should be down. A couple, actually,
no.
but...
It's fine if you did.
Well, I mean, I still took damage from the thing. So
Oh.
there we go. And that should be 1d8 plus 5 because my intelligence anyway. So I'm down 2 hit points now. But okay, now with my one hand a little bit better healed up, I pulled out my thing. Okay, now's this one, please. And I'm now. I was very confident the first time, and now I'm wincing, like prepared for it.
Is this the point where I can knock on the? I go lean up to the wall. I'm like, use the fucking scalpel and pick the lock.
These scalpels are not for metal; they are for flesh.
And your hand gets kicked.
Koso,
roll me damage again.
I would not dirty my scalpel with a rock.
Thelonious face palm echoes through the walls.
Do you know how dirty the inside of a lock is?
Brendeth, you hear a snap and feel sharp pain as you take 2 bludgeoning damage, and your other thumb is able to bend the right way for you to slip out. You are now free.
Another field surgery. Another hit die. Nice. Okay, much better. Thank you, Koso.
Big
Anytime.
question. Now that we have the 3 people that I know are here free, is Liam here?
Been muted for a while. Now he's not, though.
Yes, so I don't know how much you can hear right now, but
I can hear your voice.
My laptop decided to stop at 15 updates for about 25 minutes, and my hotspot's not even letting me get on Foundry right now, so it's struggling, but I'm here.
Okay. Do you want to verbally be with us, or do we want to, like, postpone? Like,
I can verbally be here with you. It's been fun listening.
okay. Luronk, you hear everything that has been going on, and I'll explain things a little bit better visually since you're not in here. You're currently in a 15 by 10 foot cell, I guess it would be, because every block's 5 feet. The bars are closed and look solid, and Thelonious had picked his way out of his locks. And you heard some bones cracking on the other side of the wall.
Did I hear the shackles breaking?
You heard shackles clanging.
I guess one thing I will bring up to him is that the guard is right outside this door.
Oh yes, and there's a guard right outside the door. Who? Let me roll him another perception check. Brendeth, can you just roll me a stealth check, please?
Yeah. What am I stealthing?
Just for the shenanigans you guys have been doing. That's all.
That's fair enough.
Make him roll it.
Jeez.
Alright, he rolled a 5, so you're good. He's
Oh
still...
my god.
Oh, that should have been a disadvantage because I have a level of exhaustion too.
No, don't
Hold
worry
on.
about that part.
Okay.
For this, for everything after that, yeah. I
Yeah,
forgot about
I'll remember
exhaustion.
disadvantage in the future. On skill checks.
Alright. Which...
Since I see Thelonious, who is out of his shackles, I will ask him and say, "Hey, is there any way you can help me? Because my way of doing this is ripping them out of the ceiling."
I mean, I think I should be... I don't see why I can't try to pick his locks as well.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check as you try to pick his lock with your dagger.
Oof!
Roll me another d20.
Just a standard d20?
Standard d20.
Oof!
You chip off the tip of your dagger slightly. It's not unusable, but you feel like if you break it again, it might not be usable.
We're gonna try it one more time.
Alright, we're gonna try one more time. We're gonna be a sleight of hand check.
There we go.
Baby. You're like, you think that chip actually made it better, because that chip stayed inside and you just kind of jammed the rest of your dagger kind of in the lock, and you hear a click, and the shackles are no longer attached to...
You just change dagger to keyblade.
Congratulations, you have solved my chain puzzle.
That was cool.
Thank you.
All right. Looks like there's a guard out there. Should we go get him?
Yes, I did notice that. What is all? What's there on the table? Do I see any of our possessions there, or does it just look like the guards stuff?
From where you are, roll me a perception check, and I can give you a detailed or less detailed description.
7, thanks to disadvantage.
Ah, lovely. You see what looks like a cup and a book. And there's some other stuff, but like the angle's too weird for you to like actually make out the specifics of what's on the table.
Yes, I do not recognize the hands over there.
It does not look like that there is a great sword, a lute,
That's fair.
like it doesn't look like any gigantic things that you guys have been carrying around is there. And you also don't see any like big backpacks.
And these background sounds are so creepy.
Thank you.
I have a spell that may be good if we in an emergency, but also I am lacking my spell focus. It's maybe tricky. Actually, let me check what the. So the door in front of us is locked, I assume.
Have you
Is
tried
it
the
like
door?
bars? I guess I haven't. I don't know if we've heard the description of the door.
It is a barred door that is as rusty as your chains, but it looks very solid, and it is closed. There's a little lock hole on the outside, but no lock hole on the inside.
That makes sense.
Because, dungeon. Are you just hovering over the door? Did you try clicking it, Ryan?
Well, so I
haven't wanted to touch.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, it doesn't open.
Yeah.
Does not.
It is, in fact, a locked door.
Hey, Thelonious, do you think you can unlock your door to your cell?
Just peers at the guard. Perception. I'm just going to do a perception check on what I see outside.
All right,
real
roll
quick.
me a perception check.
Would this be disadvantage?
Yes, because you guys all have a level of exhaustion. Oh my god. Alright, so you can't see much of what's on the table per se that this guard is like sleeping on. His head's down on the book that you cannot see. You can kind of see like a little bag, but you're not really sure what's in it. But something shiny catches your eye as you see a little key hook and 2 keys dangling from this guy's hip.
Alright. I'm going to attempt to pick the lock for a 3rd time.
At the door?
At the door.
Alright, walk up to the door for me. Got this. Alright,
Just need a nest.
roll me a sleight of hand check.
Holy shit.
That does not unlock these doors. But your dagger doesn't break. That wasn't like a really bad roll. It was just a meh roll. And by meh, I mean it's really good, but like I made this one specifically difficult.
Well, my
Hey,
there is an idea. It's not a good one.
what is your idea? Because I also have ideas, but there's also bad ideas.
Yeah, let's...
Do you think that we should get the guard's attention and jump him when he comes into the cell?
Oh, this is very bad idea. Yes.
Do you have any ideas?
My bad idea is for me to drink some of your blood and use the powers that this gives me to attempt to pick the lock with greater precision and focus. Oh, yes, this is fair. I did say it was a bad idea.
Koso, how do you feel about that statement?
You know, I can't.
This is the first time you've heard him say, "I want to drink your blood."
Koso can't help but be only somewhat surprised.
So this is probably the first time you've heard him say that, but last combat, you probably saw him literally rip someone's jugular out with his teeth. So
Right, I did forget about that part. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I can only help being somewhat surprised.
I feel like the most surprising part, and I kind of want to just go this. It's like, so how are you picking the lock exactly?
With his teeth.
I will set aside one of my scalpels and not use it for the foreseeable future. It will be a necessary sacrifice. I will still have the other, at least. But I am a bit under the weather, and having a bit of fresh blood would help me focus.
This is entirely you guys' choice.
I'm just gonna walk away from the wall for a second and just letting him. He won't pick his own lock, but he'll break his thumbs and don't use his dagger to pick the lock. But
because I had an alternative.
I'm gonna have Luronk make a stealth check for the group.
Okay, so background question. So obviously Koso doesn't know that he's literally a vampire, but I don't know how vampires work in D&D land. If he gives me a scalpel and I prick my finger and then he, eats the blood, nothing bad happens to me? Question mark. At least from him drinking the blood that way.
I don't believe so, because he's not a he's a dampier, not a
vampire technically.
Vampire.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he can't turn you into a vampire. He's just he's like the product of a I think. I don't know.
There's a whole backstory thing for it. Yeah.
Okay. So then this is really based on my level of trust of Brendeth.
Yep.
Well, you see, that is quite a strange request, but based on our circumstances and my experience with you so far, if you think it'll work, I'll oblige.
Okay.
And then Koso puts his hand out, expecting a scalpel to be handed over.
Yes, I suppose I will hand you this one, which I will be using to pick the lock. I'll put this one in a safe place. I'll just kind of tuck it into a sleeve or something.
Hey, Brendeth. Your vampiric empowerment requires you to bite.
Yeah.
So you can't have him prick himself.
Oh yeah, no, it's a trick. It's a ruse.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I was going to hand him the scalpel and then...
Sorry! I was just like,
okay.
Guys, this isn't gonna work.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm sorry, continue your
it's
shit.
okay.
This is
so I hand him the scalpel.
Fine. Alright, so...
Yep, I hand him the scalpel. And as soon as his hand is occupied with the scalpel, I just, bite down on his wrist. Slightly farther back than, is in danger of killing him. But
Jesus.
Nice. Nice.
Does a 19 hit?
I believe
it does.
Yeah. You got this.
What does my life become?
Right. Koso, you do in fact take the 5 piercing damage.
I kind of wipe my mouth off with the back of one of my hands. Thank you, my friend, and thank you for holding this for me. Take the scalpel back from him.
And
I suppose it makes sense you'd have to do it that way.
You are empowered.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to pick this lock with the scalpel that I let Koso hold.
Roll me sleight of hand with your additional 5 bonus.
I am. I guess these aren't really thieves' tools. I was going to say I am proficient in those, but rip. Okay.
Technically not.
Sleight of hand, +5. Not even as high as Thelonious got.
Yeah. So you tried your best, but your best was unfortunately not enough. And
They had
as
the really shitty locks on the chains, but on the doors they're actually quite good.
you lean forward as you're doing this to try to get a good look, and as you're leaned forward, basically just the nose part of your mask is sticking out of the bars. You see this guard's head poke up. Because you're technically kind of like out here, but like you're there, vision-wise.
Oh, because I'm reaching my hands around the bars. Yeah, that would
but
make
like
sense.
you're straining your head to like get as close of a look
Right.
as possible. So you technically have this vision, which I don't know why this door isn't fucking working, but but you're there.
Yeah.
And I need to like check and see what's going on here.
So I saw a different guard, you said?
It's the guard that's been sleeping, and his head pokes up, like he sits up and the snoring has stopped.
Ah.
And he just yawns and, starts stretching before turning around at Luronk and Thelonious. And Luronk and Thelonious, he doesn't turn around quickly, so you guys do have time to, like, pose yourself if you wish.
Yeah.
Well, what would you guys be doing to pose yourselves?
Just stretching my arms up, like they were when we were chained.
Alright. Roll me a group deception check for the two of you then. Both of you can roll it together, and I'll just add it up.
If you could do that, because I'm not in Foundry.
It's okay, I can roll it for you. Alright, so we have a 16 and a 16, so a 32. And that beats his insight check. So he turns around, sees you guys with your hands up, and he stands up and walks forward and he goes, "Hey, you're awake now. Are you hungry? Do you need me to get this? Honestly, where the fuck is? Y'all good? You guys good? Are you guys dying of thirst or hunger?" I don't think they speak
water.
common. All right. What?
Wait, they don't speak common?
No, he made a comment because you guys weren't talking. Like,
I was just gonna let him go first.
Oh.
I could go for some water.
Okay, water, and for you?
Yeah, same.
Oh, all right. I'll be right back. I need to. Where the fuck did Jim go? What the? And he doesn't even look in the other cell. He just walks out. And give me a second.
Koso's gonna gesture without speaking at the still somewhat bleeding bite mark, asking for the healer to patch him up.
Oop. You can spend a hit die.
Nice. I got 7 of those.
What is the orientation of the cells?
What do you mean? Oh, so these cells are facing towards a kind of like hallway / room. From your door, you can see that there's a table and a little like dip in the room, and you can hear Koso and Brendeth on the other side of the wall from you. So you assume that they're connected to this room that you can see from your barred cell, but you cannot see them from your cell. So they must be adjacent.
I have a question.
2 cells on a wall and the tables on the other side.
Yes.
Okay.
Question about
Yes.
organization of things. So when we leveled up, we were supposed to not take our additional hit die, right? Because we didn't. I think we had discussed that. If so, I'd like to add one more. But I thought for some reason that we weren't adding extra hit die from leveling up.
I think. What did I say about?
How many am I supposed to have? I have no idea.
No,
That's what I'm asking,
you guys
yeah.
long rested, so I think you're fine.
Okay, so I'll save that I have 5 then instead of 4. Nice.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Double checking. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I get to become a vampire? That's my question. Hashtag vampire bros.
Oh no, there is much more of a ritual impulse than this.
So, just to confirm, I did see the guard had the keys on his pocket, or on his,
on
on
his
him?
belt loop. If belt
It
loop
says
is-
on a loop, so they're like a loop on a loop.
Alright, give me 1 second, and he fumbles with the key. Honestly, he unhooks it, unlocks the door, and steps in, and then turns around to lock the door behind him, and proceeds to lock the door. He then sets down a water in front of Luronk, pauses, and then proceeds to pick up the water and go up to Luronk and go, this is going to be weird, but here, just tilt your head up and I'll dump this in your mouth.
As he was leaning down, can I attempt to grapple him?
Sure. Make me a athletics check. At advantage because you are surprising this guy, because he had no idea that you weren't chained. And he will make an athletics check in tandem, but like, you know, not at advantage.
Roll that, please.
Would the cell bars count as a straight piece of iron for a component for hold person? Yes. Yes.
Aw.
I think you need to do Liam's roll for him.
I am currently doing that. Apologies. I was just reading the comment. So with your 21 over this guy's 3, you managed to get this guy in like a really good like chokehold / like arm restraint. I don't know how grappling works. And you now have him grappled under your hold. Oh, we will use that for grappled. And he goes, What? Unhand me! Help! Help!
Alright.
Uh-oh.
While he's immediately screaming, I'm gonna run over and cover his mouth.
Alright, you do this.
And then with one hand, and then the other hand, I'm gonna grab the key, get the keys loose.
Yeah, he still had the keys in his hands.
I'm gonna
Yeah, you managed to get the keys from his hands.
get the keys from him, and then we need to basically get him unconscious. So I'm gonna basically tell Luronk to choke him out.
I do this.
Alright. You can make one more, I guess, athletics check to, like, knock him out. And I will roll it for you. Don't worry. Yeah. You successfully knock him out.
Put his hands in the shackles, just like we were.
Yeah, put him in the ones that aren't busted, I guess, because mine aren't.
Alright. You guys maneuver him over to this corner and put him in the shackles that are not busted. And he is now restrained.
Cool. Let's go break out the others.
You easily use key and unlock this door. And now let me read the table for you, since you can now clearly see as you walk up. The table. Let me read it first, and then he can help you.
Yeah.
The table in this room holds an oil lamp, unlit and empty, as well as a small bag containing 27 silver and 2 gold. There is a silver dagger on the table, and an ink pot and pen. The book is written in common. It is a strange text, which is written over and damaged, but you can manage to read the first page it is currently on. First page reads, "The god of dreams, Phanor, was said to be a gentle being, half-beast, who simply wanted to let the world live in peace by night. After the betrayal of the old gods, Phanor now bitterly gives those who know his name nightmares of all horrors. If a god can be spiteful, why not give the god the power to enact revenge on his betrayers?" And that's what you read.
Right. I'm gonna just move. I can't move Luronk, but Luronk will probably be out here as well.
I will move Luronk for the time being, unless you want me to like give you control of him for until.
It's fine.
Did you kill the guard?
He's not
unconscious.
He's not dead yet, but yeah, I'm just gonna unlock their door.
Alright, yeah, you managed to unlock it fine. You open it, and you guys have now solved my jail puzzle.
Real quick, Koso has chains on his arms still, right?
Oh, Koso has chains just dangling from his arms.
I'm gonna basically ask if he wants to keep them there, or...
So holds out his arms.
Alright. Take those off. Wait, you want to keep them for reasons? Or...
No, we do not.
You see that there are 2 keys connected to this, so you take the other key from your little keychain, and it works on the shackles.
How long are the chains?
They are about... I wouldn't say it would be too high. Maybe like 2 or 3 feet long.
Oh, okay. Darn.
It's not like it went like to the ceiling of some like godly tall room.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's just short, that's all. Rip.
Oh, sorry.
No, it is what it is. This guard.
Yep.
Now let's get a little bit of a closer look at him. Does like his garb and other elements of his armor and such remind me of the cultist that we saw above?
Roll me either a perception or investigation check. You can pick.
We'll go. Still at disadvantage because exhausted.
Yeah, I keep
there we go.
That.
Me too.
Alright. His garb looks very similar, although less ornate than the guy that you had seen up above. And he has a little pendant on his lapel inside that looks like a cross with the horizontal part of the cross curving and wrapping around to basically pierce into the center cross. And I can draw that just to show you.
Do I recognize the symbol?
Boom. 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 Roll me a religion check. Oh, damn. It seems familiar, but unfortunately, it's not part of the pantheon you had grown up with.
Fair enough.
But you feel like you've seen this before, either in like an old storybook, or maybe on the other guy's lapel.
Do I still have dark vision? I don't know if it's been 2 minutes in game. IRL, or not IRL, the opposite of IRL.
We'll say 10 minutes is going to be at 22:30.
I got a screenshot of it so I can see what it looks like.
Oh, can somebody take a screenshot for me?
Got you.
Thank you. We love you.
I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. Oh.
I apologize for being inadequate today.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
How fucking dare you?
My friends, I do not think we should leave this guard alive. I think they deserve to die. This cult is up to some very, very dark shit. I think if we leave them alive, this would be tantamount to them. I mean, they will cause more harm in the future. 100%. And, I mean, there's a whole bunch of... They trapped us down here in the first place. All this. They're working with horrendous creatures. I do not wish to act without all of your approval, but that is my 2 cents.
Luronk asks, if we do dispose of him, I will check to see if his armor fits me, because I assume I'm not wearing mine.
You are.
Oh, I'm wearing my armor?
They did not disrobe you, they just took your items.
Okay. Well, I have clothes on under my chainmail,
But they did not disrobe your chainmail. You can still check and see if the armor fits you, but, like, he's wearing a chest plate. That is his armor.
I don't know if that's better or not.
Let me, I don't think it's better. Being 35 armor.
Chestplate is like 14 plus dex, I think. 13 plus dex.
Versus chain. Oh, it's technically 1 up of what you have. But it also has that weird symbol on it.
If we've learned anything, it's Liam doesn't care about symbols he doesn't understand.
Well, does Luronk have enough dexterity for it to be worth it?
Yeah, what's your dexterity, Luronk?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, poor thing.
He has a +1 in dex. Oh wait, hold on.
So it'd make it a 15 total.
He has chain mail, not chain shirt.
Chainmail, yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually worse. The only good thing you get from it is you wouldn't have disadvantage on stealth checks.
Which we all know Luronk's not very stealthy.
We all know Luronk isn't gonna be better if he just has a different armor on.
Well, it sounds like that is indifference from Luronk.
I mean, I was gonna say if no one cares, I was just gonna take the silver dagger that was on the table and hand it to him.
Oh Jesus! All right.
Koso, your thoughts?
Damn.
Because I was like, I don't care but I'm not doing it.
Brendeth, you can add a silver dagger to your inventory.
All right.
I don't know much about this group, but I do know what they tried to do to us, so I'm not going to stop you.
Dagger. Silver.
Brendeth, do you go stabby?
I'm gonna go bitey.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus. Yum, 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 yum.
I see also.
Are you trying to, what are you trying to gain from that versus just, like, stabby? Are you just trying to kill him, or are you
I also want a charge of my vampiric empowerment.
Oh, yeah, sure. Alright. I will say, for flavor purposes, you drain him for all he's worth.
All right. I close this cell door before doing it because I am dignified, even though it does nothing because it's just a few iron bars.
Everybody can see through it anyways, but you do this to be a little more dignified.
So because unconscious, it's advantage and auto crit, right? Is that how that works?
Yeah, but yeah.
With advantage, really?
Nice.
What did you roll?
A 1 and a 4.
Oh my god!
That'd be really funny if you rolled a nat
I just,
1
like,
and then
bite-
auto crit with a nat 1.
Bite on his breastplate. Does the hook of my beak like get in the way and I have to pull that back or some shit.
Gotta
Like,
adjust yourself slightly, and then you get him.
and then I get him again. Come on. Hey, a real crit. All right. So on double fours. Hell yeah. So on
That's max.
yeah, I can add a plus 12 to a skill check in the future if we really need it.
Fucking Christ, that's crazy.
Damn.
If I really need it, vampiric empowerment.
I'm gonna roll like you're gonna roll like a 15, but yeah, I'll make that 27.
Yep.
Alternatively, rolls a 20. Let's just max this.
Alright, so he's dead now.
And
Slurp.
just wait till he walks out the door, I guess.
Shrp. That took a while.
As he walks out the door. If you're gonna do that, do you really need the dagger then?
No, I actually would prefer my scalpels. You may have this back if you wish.
Just give it to Luronk. I already have one of
Can't
these.
see anything.
Ryan, your or Koso, your visage of the astral self has now dissipated.
Oh god, I don't have a torch. I don't have it. Can I feel around in
There's
the
a lantern. I hand it to him.
Okay.
Alright, in your hands, Koso, is a lantern, and you can feel a little switch next to it.
I press the switch.
You press the switch, and the lamp does not light up, as I did describe this lamp as empty.
I put the lamp on the ground.
You put the lamp on the ground, now a tripping hazard to anyone like you, and you start to walk away.
I just walk and
If I cast Prestidigitation, would it light the lantern?
It has become a meme for Bren not to get the name Bren.
Okay, so you would light it up, but it wouldn't last for long. It would last as long as like the cloth wick lasts, you know, because it doesn't have the oil sustaining it. If that makes any sense. But you can.
Oh fuck.
I mean, it doesn't. I don't think it affects me because it's a cantrip anyway. So.
All right.
We need. Fair enough.
I'm just gonna give it to Koso just to make it a little bit easier.
What's happening? Did it work? I don't. As soon as anything happens, I'm just gonna drop it though.
You now have the little candle glowing, dimly, but glowing.
Sick. Well, should we see what's outside of here?
I guess should we see if this guy had anything else on him?
Yeah, that's what I was just asking.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
didn't even hear you.
Oh, no worries. I put it in chat, I didn't say it.
Oh, so sorry. So you check this guy for belongings. You find his mask, which is just like an ornate mask that kind of looks like he has antlers. His robe, obviously, with the lapel with marking. His breastplate, which has the marking. And a scimitar. Otherwise, there's really nothing else on his person.
Thelonious,
Yeah.
how do you feel about a disguise? I feel like you are the most likely amongst us to pull it off, so to speak, if there is any chance of it.
I really hate that I'm agreeing with you, considering that your strategies today have been break thumbs and bite necks. But
Well,
yeah,
it's only logical. I mean, it worked, didn't it?
I mean, I think the dagger would have worked too. But you know what?
Well, the blood
To
was
each their
refreshing. Are you not hungry right now?
I think just quit while you're ahead.
I do feel very ahead, yes. This blood, like I said, has brought back a bit of my strength.
But yeah, I think one definitely should take the armor and stuff, from him, and also I think Luronk might not mind a scimitar, considering he was down to what, like a dagger.
Yes. I'm gonna take that muffled computer noise as yes, I'd like the scimitar.
Yes, if preferably.
I'm just gonna open his inventory and drag a scimitar in there. Oh wait, he has a scimitar. Lol. Lol.
Well, now he's dual wield, and now he's got a scimitar and a dagger, so he's dual wielding those.
Now he got technically 2 scimitars total, but like he hasn't found his bag with his scimitar in it. Alright. So Luronk, you have a scimitar now that you can use.
Luronk, do you not prefer weapons that are more of the blunt variety?
I do like them, but when you're in a pinch, a weapon is a weapon.
Well, I was just thinking, I mean, this man is not using his body parts anymore, so we could saw off a limb and you could perhaps swing this around.
Oh my god.
Say that. Wait.
I already have his stuff, and I'm gone.
Alright, you
I
strip
was
him
not
of his...
fully here. Hold on. What?
Before we explain to Koso, let's let Ryan be confused for a couple more minutes. Thelonious, please add a costume to your inventory, and you can edit the title to be costume / Cult of Phanor. Phanor.
Alright, I'm just gonna, for the game effect, just immediately run after that. So after that sentence, just, no, I'm done.
Alright. Koso, up to speed. They stripped the guy that they killed, and Thelonious was like, hey, Luronk, here's the scimitar, because you only have a dagger. And Luronk's like, hey, cool, thanks, bud. And then Brendeth is like, yo, don't you do bludgeon damage? And he's like, oh yeah, but like, you know, when you're in a pickle, he's like, hey, this guy ain't using his fucking femur, let's turn it into a bludgeoning weapon.
Precisely, it's only logical.
Jesus Christ.
To be fair though, Brend, I do have other weapons rather than just bludgeoning, so I prefer to keep it to regular weapons. The last time I tried an improvised one, it did not go well.
This is fair, this is fair.
Oh, there we go.
What even?
You guys all crowd around this door that leads out to who the fuck knows? I mean, you guys kind of know because for some reason my door wasn't working, and now you guys have like vision of part of the terrain, but like, yeah. What do? You guys opening the door?
Let's
Checking
go.
for traps?
Let's go. Well, I know it's not. Okay, so I'm gonna open the door.
All right, you open the door.
Then I'm gonna see if I notice anything that looks trappy.
Like in front of you?
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Roll me an investigation check.
Before I step into the room. That's a thing, right? I don't know.
Yeah. This room looks super safe. There's nothing wrong with this room.
It looks so good that I'm just gonna walk right in.
Alright, let me read the room for you. You enter a room lit by large burning goblets. The flickering of the light bouncing off the pillars and pool of still warm blood. You see various hand marks on the ring of the pool. There is a long hallway ahead that turns right after a time, which is kind of obscured by your vision of the poles. And then there is to the left, there's another stone door. Your belongings do not seem to be in this room.
Hey, Bran, I found a snack for you.
I'm just gonna move.
Oh, there.
Koso and
I'm already quite
Yes.
full, but I'm interested in the list.
I like that he sprints in.
Did you say that was blood that I was here?
It is a pool of warm blood.
I see. Well, I mean, it looks like it is going stale. I would prefer fresh, but in a pinch.
Brendeth pulls out a bendy straw.
The sooner it comes from the meat, the better. Or the more recently it comes from the meat, I should say.
I'm gonna investigation check 'cause I don't
Really?
trust the dude that sprinted in with just because he heard there's blood, and the guy that's fucking blind that just kind of waltzed
I'm
in.
not blind. I can see everything. This room is lit.
This room is lit.
I still don't trust.
But you don't actually know that, so it's.
I
fair
don't
to
know
not
that
check.
the dude who was basically blind as a bat just walked into a room.
Yeah, feel free to roll me an investigation check.
Is this room gonna be? Are we still doing the disadvantage because of exhaustion?
Yes. That is going to carry until you get rid of your fucking
Right.
exhaustion. With a 16, there doesn't seem to be any traps. You seem to be fun.
All right. Ooh.
Koso listens for anything on the other side of the door. Roll me a perception check, Koso. At disadvantage because...
Oh, let me do it again.
But
God.
It's a stone door. It's really hard to hear behind. I like the duality there. 24, definitely got it, versus 8.
I wish. Just make it private.
Real quick question. So the goblet, like the fire around here, is this is just for potential future notes? Is this regular fire or magical fire?
From looking at it, you can see this fire is burning off of like some sort of like coals drenched in oil. So it looks like it's just normal fire.
All right, good to note.
Looks like there's another iron door over here. Should we go in?
Over there. Well,
I suppose Bren will tear himself away from the blood.
Was he drinking it?
No, just looking at it.
All right, we're gonna open the door.
Alright. Let me read the room for you as you open this door. You enter the next room, revealing a small bedroom. Snoring on the bed is another guard. His, nose caked in a white powder. At the foot of the bed is a chest. There's a table with 3 dimly lit oil candles. There are keys, a rectangular plate with white powder upon it, and incense burning in a brass cup. There are 2 potion bottles on the table, one red and one green. One green. Koso, with your sight, you do not see the guard. With Brendeth behind Koso, you see the guard.
It's dark in there.
You can see, but I can't see the guard. Oh,
Yes.
because it's dark. Okay, I'm gonna. Come here.
I will take a peek and then... Yeah, this is a good opportunity to kill another of them if we are quiet about it. Yes? We are agreed?
yeah, I just kind of like peer at Luronk for a sec and then just think quietly and go, that's not it, to myself. But I'm like, yeah, how do we want to do this one though?
Well, I am quite full, so I was just thinking... surgical precision. Yes? No?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I
that'll
cannot
do
see
it.
the target, even though he's
didn't-
in the room.
Didn't hear any strong disagreements.
I don't disagree.
No,
I'm
we pretty
basically
much
just
agree.
thinking if I need to cover you or something.
I will sneak over and slit a throat.
You see him with white powder all over his nose, just snoring heavily, and you slice his throat. He gurgles slightly and then he dies.
Holy fuck.
I just wanna see. I wanna see the damage. Yeah.
Yeah, that actually would have killed him.
Perfect.
Oh, nice.
Stabby. That was a
Oh.
1, 2, and a 3 in that roll too.
Nice.
I'm forgetting the description. Are these keys that are actually there?
Yes,
I know you said the
there
potions.
There are keys that are actually there.
Koso's gonna grab the keys, but not the potions, because you don't know shit about potions.
Alright, you have a pair of jail keys.
Can I take this guy's stuff as a disguise as well?
Alright, you have costume, cult of Phanor.
I'm just picturing like, oh, actually, never mind.
That's Phanor, right?
Phanor.
How do I?
Oh,
I wonder if there's like a cute little like jail keys item I can find in the compendium.
you probably could.
I just gotta remember how to get there. Item, which one is it? DDB items.
Yeah.
All right. While there, while he's putting that on, I keep accidentally clicking on Luronk. Does he have anything else besides just his armor and whatever the heck the white stuff was?
He has another scimitar.
Luronk want to dual wield scimitars.
Do I recognize the white stuff?
Roll me a medicine check.
Alright, I'm just gonna.
disadvantage.
This is not
16.
actually anything. Let's see.
Unfortunately, this is a rare substance, so I'm going to say you don't recognize it. You assume it's some sort of drug, and it's not a drug that you have ever used to help your patients. So, you're not entirely sure, since its rarity makes this DC a little harder.
That's
fair. You do know it's not like a medicinal herb that, could... You've never seen it sold in your parents' shops. There you go.
Of course. Makes sense.
There was a chest in the room. If I was not mistaken, would I be able to search that?
Would you like to try to open it?
Yeah,
Alright, so you touch the box.
I touched the box.
It is locked.
I look at the keys that Koso now has.
Yes, because it now has keys.
I asked, does any of them work?
On what?
The chest.
I will use jail keys. Unlocks doors and shit, probably. On the chest.
Alright. So you open the chest after you unlock it?
And then I will allow Luronk to search the chest, since it was really requested of me to see if the keys worked.
Alright, so you stick your key in the keyhole, you unlock it, and then you step aside for Luronk to step over and open the chest. Correct?
Yes.
Luronk, do you open the chest?
Yeah.
Alright. Make me a dexterity saving throw as a poison dart just shoots out at you from a trapped mechanism.
I like how it both are random.
Alright, let me roll it for you. Hold on. You rolled a 9. You will be taking... Five poison damage.
Circus.
That's not even a lot of damage.
It's just a dart. So you get hit with this dart, and after you go ow and fucking pluck it out of you, you look inside the chest and you see the following items in the chest. You see, just open this up. Fuck it. All right. You see a battering ram. You see a greatsword. You see a lute, and you see a crossbow, bolts, and a crossbow quiver. Basically, everything that was canonically on your person but not hidden is in this chest. Your bags, however, are not in this chest.
So,
Okay,
was that-
so like my
was-
vials of potions and things would be, because those are like
If those are
straps
strapped to
running
you,
and shit. Yeah.
Yep. You have there's like a strap in there that has vials of potions and stuff.
Sick.
Koso, I
Who
don't
said-
think you said you had anything on your person but your fists and the fucking cuffs, so you have nothing of yours is in there.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Koso doesn't carry anything like on his person besides his bag.
Luronk, I chose the Hellfire Greatsword to be the one that was just on your person because I think that was the last one you were battling with.
That sounds
so,
right.
So your other weapons are like in your bag somewhere, but like not here.
Okay. So, as the meme that Jordan sent, I'm gonna pull the dart out of my head and hand it to Koso, because I know he used darts at one point.
What?
Koso, you get a dart. You can add a dart to your inventory.
You should probably stitch that up here. Field surgery.
Field surgery.
He has to roll a hit diary.
Yes, 1 hit die and replace the Constitution modifier with I have a +5 for intelligence, so.
Alright,
Wait.
so a 14.
Who?
Get healed. Luronk just healed 14.
Sick.
Alright. Yep, so you guys retrieve all of your old on-person items, but your bags are still nowhere to be seen. Left in the room is still the bowl of burning incense, the 2 potions on the table, and the box with some white powder loose, and 5 little bags of white powder, now that you're closer to the table.
I guess, would I be able to try to identify the potions?
Roll me an Arcana check. Oh, fuck, you can't. Hold on.
I was waiting for it.
At disadvantage, you have no fucking idea. They're potions. You've drank red ones before. One of them's red. It has to be good, right?
Mm.
Can I use my proficiency in alchemist supplies to try and identify
Yes,
potions if I recognize anything?
You may. Yes, you may. You can roll Arcana with advantage, which would just be flat Arcana.
Makes sense. Bam.
Boom shakalaka. You know exactly what these are. You've actually helped concoct one before, maybe, I don't know. One's a greater potion... I spelled that wrong. One's a potion of greater healing, and the other one's a potion of poison resistance. Whoever picks
Well-
those up may add them to their inventory.
I have a few potions on me, so perhaps one of you others should take this potion. Also, potentially, I should divvy out the potions that I do have in this bandolier to you all, so that you all have at least one. And any takers? Yes? No?
I think for now it might be safer if you just keep them on your person, since they'll be safer as opposed to us just trying to hold on to them.
Okay.
Because that just screams we fall down and drop it.
Oh,
So, a potion of healing greater, a potion of poison resistance.
it's a potion of resistance. I don't know if it specifies it in the compendium, but it's for poison specifically.
Okay. I will put that on there. Poison.
Koso is
As a-
having the zoomies out in the hallway.
Was there one more? Sorry.
I felt like
forget.
coming back out.
There are the 5 baggies of that white powder.
Oh, I mean, I'll just scoop those up. I don't know what they are yet, but
You can, don't look it up. I trust
I
you, though.
will not.
Just so I don't...
I'll just add baggies of white powder if that's alright, so I don't even know. As if we haven't.
I'm just worried that I'm going to forget what they are.
Okay. Sure.
Add Drake root to your
5
inventory.
pouches. Got it.
5 pouches of Drake root.
Cool.
Alright.
Done.
The bedroom has been looted. You solved my bedroom puzzle.
Woo!
Now, the only thing left in this area that you see is a hallway that leads down about 30 to 40 feet and then veers off to the right.
This hallway to the left here?
Like it
I
goes.
see.
Right.
Right.
These are separate map pieces, but if you go down that map that hallway, it'll go down 30 to 40 feet and then turn right. So you can't like see all the way through, but you can see up to the wall if you have dark vision that leads that far, and then you can see that it turns to the right.
Well, anyone else need anything, or are we ready to take a few steps in this direction?
I think we're good.
Woo!
Let me activate the next map. Pause the scene.
Oh God. I can't use all my key points to like. Oh jeez. I can't see anymore.
I mean, just have someone do a light spell, dude, or find a torch.
Yeah, no, right?
Hint, there's torches on this map, so pick one up. So we have 2 minutes left, so I'm going to just read you the beginning of this map, basically.
Too exciting.
So you guys walk down this grimy hallway, the quality not really changing, not getting better, not getting worse, and you hear the crackling of fire as you turn the corner. And although you could hear it, you can't really see it as you're walking. You also hear the flush of water. Sounds very loud, almost like a waterfall. You also hear talking in common, although it is very muffled and really hard to, very hard to, decipher what's being said. And you can also hear what sounds to be like singing, although again, this is even more muffled than before, and it's hard to decipher what's being said. And very, very distanced, you hear the sobs and screaming of what sounds like a little girl.